Kenya is becoming one of the hottest scenes for car modifications in Africa. Kenyans are spending huge sums of money in ensuring that their cars are modified, tuned and ready for racing.
A lot of money as well. Approximate how much?
About like
13 million shillings for this build.
Yes.
Right, I need to start saving properly.
In addition, there's this huge growth of motor vehicle enthusiasts in Kenya. These enthusiasts are young, moneyed, and they are devils on our roads. You'll find them racing in the wee hours of the morning with their high-end motor vehicles without due regards to any laws or procedures. On this episode of Cars and Laws, we are talking street racing. As always, I'll be your host, Wakili Cedric Magotsi. Karibuni. There's nothing wrong with motorsports or motor racing in Kenya. However, we do insist with such a sensitive sport, safety must and should always come first. On this episode, let's talk laws, opinions, and guidelines that guide street racing in Kenya. Quite often, when you log into the streets of X, or what is formerly known as Twitter, you'll find tweets inviting each other to come to the bypass at the wee hours of the night. But not to worry, they are not going to the bypass to do anything harmful. Rather, they're inviting each other to go to the bypass and race. However, do you know that there are laws that govern racing in Kenya? Not to worry, we'll take you through these laws. In fact, Section 54 of the Traffic Act 2015 provides the law that governs racing in Kenya. Section 54 of the Traffic Act of 2015, this is a provision for racing, pacemaking, or trial of speed. Section 54, subsection 1 states, it shall not be lawful for any person without the written consent of the highway authority and of the Commission of Police to promote, very important, to promote or take part in any race or trial of speed between vehicles on a road. Very important. Wameanzia the keywords to promote or take part in any race or trial of speed between vehicles on a road. Kitu ya kwanza, lazima ukuwe na consent. But we'll come to explanation of that. Part 2 of Section 54 states that a person convicted of an offense under this section shall, unless the court for special reasons thinks fit or order it otherwise, and without prejudice to the power of the court to order a longer period of disqualification or disqualified for a period of 12 months from the date of conviction for holding or obtaining a driver's license. Hivyo ndio sheria inasema. So tukianza na part 1 of section 54 inasema nini? For you to hold any racing in Kenya, lazima ukuwe na written consent. Umepewa ile uwezo, ama umepewa ile ruhusa, ama umepewa ile fursa in form of a written consent. Na hii ruhusa lazima ikuwe imeandikwa either in a permit or a license, either by two bodies, the highway authority or to the Commissioner of Police. So mtu yote ambaye anataka kuingia katika hizi racing ama any form of racing, lazima kuwe na consent, a written consent from the highway authority or from the Commissioner of Police. Now, it's not just the drivers who are supposed to get this consent. The promoters, if you want to promote any form of road racing ama motor vehicle racing, lazima ukuwe na hii consent. 2, if you want to take part in any form of these races, lazima pia ukuwe na in that consent from the highway authority or from the police commissioner. Thirdly, kuna kitu inaitwa trial of speeds. Kuna ile unasikianga 0 to 100 watu fulani wanapiganga. For you to have that also, Very important, on the roads lazima kuwe na consent from the highway authority ama from the police commissioner. Tukiendelea, hiyo ni part 1 of section 54 of the Traffic Act. Part 2 of the same act, hiyo inapeana sasa the penalty for not getting this consent ama for not following the laws. Part 2 inasema mtu yote atakuwa convicted under section 54 unless the court for special reasons inaweza amua the mandatory ama the required punishment ni ya kwamba your license ama your application to get a license be suspended for a maximum period of 12 months. But hiyo section inasema for special reasons, court ikionelea probably you've done this again and again and again, court can prescribe even a longer sentence for the disqualification or for the suspension of your license. Tukiendelea, you've taken part in this racing, right? You don't have this written consent and God forbid, kwa bahati mbaya kukuwe na ajali. We remember there was an incident that happened in Tanzania and we lost a few Kenyans. May their souls rest in peace. In case there's a mishap or an accident, what happens then? Now the entire force of the Traffic Act comes into play. If there's death, if there's damage of property, now other sections in addition to this section 54 of the Traffic Act come into play. For example, you'll be charged under section 54 for failing to take up a consent from the highway authority or from the police of commission. Hiyo itakuwa charge ya kwanza kwa charge sheet. Remember tukiongea mambo ya charge sheet, hiyo itakuwa charge ya kwanza. Charge ya pili, depending on the severity of the said accident, you can most definitely be charged under section 47 of the Traffic Act. What does section 47 of the Traffic Act say? Section 47 of the Traffic Act basically talks about reckless driving. Any person who drives a motor vehicle on a road recklessly or at a speed in a manner which is dangerous to the public, having regard to all the circumstances of the case, including the nature, condition, and use of the road and the amount of traffic which is at the time or which might reasonably be expected to be on the road, is guilty of an offense of reckless driving. Kuendesha vibaya, hiyo ni reckless driving. Hii offense ukichajiwa mara ya kwanza, fine ya 100,000 or an imprisonment period not exceeding 2 years. For the second conviction, ukichajiwa tena under reckless driving, the second conviction utalipa a fine not exceeding 300,000 and or an imprisoned term not exceeding 1 year. Hapo sawa sawa? In addition, if you are charged under this second conviction, court inaweza amua pia i-cancel ama i-disqualify from driving on our roads na i-cancel your license for a period of 2 years. Sawa sawa? Nikimalizia section 47, part 3 of section 47. Any person who is convicted of aiding or abetting or cancelling or procuring and or inciting the commission of an offense under this section. This umeincite mtu akuwe reckless driver. Remember, section 54 inasema if you are advertising for a road race ama a street race, you must have the license from the highway authority or from the police commissioner. Now, ukikuja section 47 inasema mtu ana aid, mtu ana abet, mtu ana cancel, mtu ana procure ama mtu ana incite, which comes back to section 54, the part of advertisement. So section 47 captures that. Kama uli aid, uka abet, ama uka procure, ama uka cancel watu, ama uka incite watu, venye watu inciteana Twitter, kuja bypass sai. Under section 47, if you are arrested, you'll be convicted, and for that specific section 47.3, your license ama you'll be disqualified ama your license will be cancelled. Your driving license ama your driver's license will be cancelled ama you'll be disqualified from obtaining a driving license. Kama umeshtakiwa na hiyo offense ya kusaidia watu ama kuincite watu wakuja street racing, Kuna watu tunaonanga Twitter mnaambiaga watu wakuje bypass. If you are arrested and you are charged under this section 47.3, your license will be disqualified, na kama umeapply for a driving license, your application itakuwa disqualified. So section 47 goes hand in hand with section 54 of the Traffic Act. Tuko sawa? Another section I will be charged with is section 49, driving without due care and attention. Section 49 briefly says, any person who drives a motor vehicle in a road without due care and attention or without reasonable consideration for other persons using the road shall be guilty of an offense of driving without due care and attention. Very important. Ile street racing unaonanga wasi wanapitana, wasi wanakatana, wengine wanaitanga kukulana. You can also be charged under section 49 of driving without due care and attention. And what are the fines for driving without due care and attention? For the first offense, ukishtakiwa mara ya kwanza under this section, the penalty is an imprisonment term not exceeding 1 year or a fine not exceeding 100,000. Ukishtakiwa mara ya kwanza, unaweza pigwa fine ya 100,000 ama upigwe imprisonment of a term not exceeding 1 year. In driving without due care and attention. For a second or subsequent conviction, umeshikwa mara ya pili ama mara ya tatu na waende kwa records wapate uko pale kwa records ulikuwa umeshtakiwa before, you'll be charged for a term of imprisonment not exceeding 2 years or to a fine not exceeding 200,000. Tuko sawa sawa? Ukishtakiwa na hii kosa kwa mara ya pili, utachajiwa for a term of imprisonment not exceeding 2 years or a fine not exceeding 200,000. In addition, ukishtakiwa kwa mara ya pili for this second offense ama for this second conviction, koti itapeana order driver's license yako ikuwe cancelled. So kuna hiyo 2 years ama 200,000, and in addition your driver's license will be disqualified. Na hii driver's license haitakuwa cancelled immediately ukienda prison for that 2 years. Your driver's license will be cancelled after you've done your 2 years imprisonment. Ukitoka hivi, then driver's license yako inafaa ikuwe suspended ama cancelled for 2 years. Section 49 subsection 2 tukiendelea inasema where any person is charged with an offense under section 47 and the court considers that the evidence is such as to justify a conviction under this section, which is section 49, but not under section 47, the court may convict such a person of an offense under this section. Again, section 49(2) bring back section 47. Remember, section 47 is reckless driving. Section 49 ni driving without due care and attention. Now, section 49(2) inasema nini? Unaweza chajiwa under section 47, lakini ukienda pale kotini, hizo mashtaka za reckless driving zikose kuhold water, you can still be charged under section 49(2) for driving without due care and attention. So hizi section zote zimejipanga hivyo. Utaanza na section 54, utaulizwa kotini, do you have a license to hold a street racing? No, hauna license. Ushtakiwe under section 54. Kutoka section 54, ule polisi ama prosecutor, he or she wanaweza ongeza shtaka lingine under section 47. Section 47 ni reckless driving. Umeshtakiwa na kosa la kudrive recklessly. Utachajiwa na hapo na utapigwa fine ama uende you get imprisonment for that. Kuna section 46 of the same Traffic Act. Remember, tumeanza section 54, tukakuja section 47, tukakuja section 49. Another incident that can happen katika hizi street racing, a person might die. The Traffic Act under section 46 prescribes the penalty for causing death by driving or obstruction. So ujachukua permit, umedrive recklessly, umedrive without undue care, then umecause death. Again, hiyo charge sheet itaongezwa mashtaka mengine. Section 46 of the Traffic Act. Any person who causes death of another by driving a motor vehicle on a road recklessly or at a speed or in a manner which is dangerous to the public, or by leaving any vehicle on a road in such a position or manner or in such a condition as it may be dangerous to the public. Vijononanga watu wa trailer wameacha malori zimestall kwa njia, hawajaweka any hazard ama indication there's a stalled trailer ama there's a stalled lorry ama there's a stalled vehicle, you'll be alafu mtu wakufe, you'll have caused death by dangerous driving. Because accident ama cause death by dangerous driving, you'll be liable for imprisonment for a term not exceeding 10 years. Now for this specific offense hakuna fine ambayo utaambiwa ulipe. You'll be liable for a term not exceeding 10 years imprisonment. Then the court might also decide to cancel your license. So this is a very heavy section in our Traffic Act. You can go for this street racing, but ukikose death by driving recklessly on a road, utakuwa imprisoned for a term not exceeding 10 years without the possibility of you paying a fine. And in addition, court inaweza amua i-cancel your driving license ama i-suspend your driver's license ama i-ban from obtaining a driver's license for a period of 3 years after umemaliza ile 10 years sentence. Nikimalizia, ushakuwa convicted, kumekuwa na accident, kuna kitu inaitwa insurance. How does the insurance come into this? You've driven recklessly, you've injured people ama you've caused death. Insurance policy, of course, zinakuanga zimecover all these aspects of when they are going to compensate a party in case there's a road traffic accident. Na siku hizi insurance companies ziko na watu wanaitwa investigators. These investigators watafanya a thorough job to ensure what really caused these specific accidents. Watakuja, they come up with a report. This is in addition to the police report ambayo ilipigwa kwa police station. Remember reporting of an accident? We've covered that in our previous videos. Wataenda kwa OB, wasome OB, wasome the first incident report, wapate witness statements. Hizi documents zote our insurance investigators wataziweka pamoja, wazifile, and they take it to their companies. Watapitia hizo records waone if you are at fault. Chances are the insurance won't cover the damage caused by you on these street races. So it's very important. It's a wide berth. Insurance itakutoka. You have to stand alone and pay for any or all damages that have been caused as a result of this reckless driving. So very important. So utakuwa convicted, utalipa fine, na eventually wale watu ambao umewainja ama ile property umekuwa damaged, again you will be sued in a civil court and forced to pay damages to those victims ama to those persons that have been injured as a result of this street ama reckless driving. For more awesome content, don't forget to hit the like button, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, don't forget to hit the notification button, and don't forget to drive safely. I've been your host on this episode of Cars and Laws, Wakili Cedric Magotsi.